But you've got to ask yourself this question, punk, you know, do you feel lucky? Do you think, like Rupert Murdoch once said, that you can ride this out, that it will pass? Digital didn't, social didn't, mobile didn't, and all these emerging platforms didn't as well. You know, whether it's Google Glass or it's self-driving cars, it's easy to poo-poo a new piece of technology until you experience it for yourself, and then your whole world changes as well. So we say, what if we're wrong and what if we're right? Well, if we're wrong, you're a winner. You just invested in your customer. You just invested in technology. You just diversified your portfolio. You changed the way you do business. You became a little bit more agile, a little bit more risk inclined, a little bit more tolerant of failure. As Alberto Savoia from Google says, I'm not saying we should reward failure, but we certainly shouldn't punish it as well. But if we're right, well, if we're right, all bets are off. You just saved the industry. You saved your job. You saved your brand. You saved the world. Who knows? Think big, right? Think lofty as well. Because the prime directive here is to change the game. We talk about changing behavior, changing perception, right? That is the lowest part of that is the lowest piece of the puzzle. We can actually change businesses and business models. Nike is a technology company as well. A good friend of mine, a mentor, you know, a role model, Rashad Tabakawala, he does a beautiful little flip on the idea of the more things change, the more things stay the same. He says the only way to keep things the same is by changing. So the more you want it to stay the same, your job, right? The more you got to keep changing as well. And as I mentioned earlier, Eric Schmidt, you know, you guys talk about 10x. Don't tweak the model. Don't change and say, ooh, how can we change? Let's look at what we did last year. Let's look at our flow chart from last year to determine what we're going to do next year. We don't even know if we're going to be around next year. Unilever just announced they're laying off 800 marketers in the US. You don't know that you're going to be around. You don't know what's going to happen in this crazy, chaotic world. So you're not going to get there by incrementally 1x or 1.1. You've got to go 10x in order to change the game.